In Parshas Emor, we talk about the Carbonomer, the barley offering that was brought on the second day of Pesach, and it was consisted of barley, consisted of this animal food, and it was brought as an offering, and it converted all the chadash, all the new grain that could not be used, into yashan, grain that could be used. You could eat it, and then once the shtei alechem, the 2 loaves, are brought on Shavuos, you can actually use that grain in the Beis HaMikdash service itself. Now, what's interesting is that then it says, Tisbu chamisham yom, you're supposed to count 50 days, you're supposed to count the Omer, but we don't, we count 49 days. And what's that all about? Why are we counting 49 days? Why don't we count the 50th day? What is this significance of this count in our Parsha? The answer is like this. When Bnei Yisrael were taken out of Egypt, they were lifted out from the 49th level of Tumah, and for free, as a gift. They saw Nisim in the flows, unparalleled throughout history. They saw the revelation of God that was unbelievable. At Kriyas Yamsuf, at the splitting of the sea, even the simplest person saw revelations greater than the highest of the prophets. But they got it for free. They didn't have to earn it. Then they had to build themselves, slowly on their character traits, until finally they were worthy to be able to receive the Torah at Har Sinai. So the Omer is all about building ourselves up. We were lifted up to this high level on Pesach, but then we drop back down, and then we have to build slowly on our character traits, counting toward Har Sinai, and then we're ready for Matan Torah. If you notice, the barley that's brought, that's animal food. And what's the food that we bring on Shavuos? Shtei alechem, bread, which is food for a human being. And so we transition ourselves from being animalistic, more instinctual, to being a human, someone who is refined and evolved their character traits. And to quote a very deep Kabbalistic teaching, they say if you look at the Zodiac, the signs that represents these months, you'll notice that Nisan is the sheep, which is led passively, which doesn't have to work for anything, but that is just led wherever the master is taking it, just like we were led out of Egypt. And then ER is the bull. The bull represents its own inner strength, like we building ourselves in the desert. And then what's Sivan? To Omim, the twins, the 2 independent creatures that have a relationship with one another. That's like Bnei Yisrael building themselves up so they can have a real relationship with God. That we take this Parsha Emor to heart, and as we think about the flow of the Chagim and the flow and the process that we're going through, we should build our own character traits so that when it comes to Matan Torah, we should be able to receive the Torah anew as refined and as evolved human beings. Good Shabbos.